There we go.
There's the button.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 4 of our Winter Wellness Week. We have the beautiful Nick from OSO Essentials here with us this morning. Looks like you're in some kind of fantastic, fascinating forest. So very mystical, and I'm still sitting in my bedroom at the back of the bus. But nonetheless, we plan to inspire you with all things lemon oil today. So thank you, Nick, for joining us this morning. And if you could start by just introducing yourself, tell us a bit about yourself for the people that don't know you. Take it away.
Sure. Thanks for having me. I love doing videos.
Yes.
So I'm Nick. I've been using doTERRA's oils for, what are we on now? About 5 years. My now 6-year-old was only 5 months old when beautiful Rach reached out to me and offered me some options when my daughter was really unwell. And then from then on, basically, it was just a really fast trajectory of trying to get as many oils as I could to support our family in every possible way. I started sharing oils probably around 6 months into having my own, but not knowingly, which I think most people do. I just started sharing them with friends when they'd say to me, oh, my child's suffering from this, that, and the other. And I'd say, oh, do you want to try what I've been doing? And then before I knew it, I was actually enrolling people, and I didn't realize, but I was kind of doing a business, which Rach lovingly pointed out to me that I was already doing the business. I didn't need to start or even doing it.
You're actually, you're there.
And then apart from that, I just work 3 days as an admin assistant, but it doesn't light me up like oils do. So hence why I kind of do that on the side to keep my passion and my creative side flowing.
Oh, that's beautiful. And Nick has 2 beautiful girls and a husband who just had me in hysterics as I press record on this video. And expected to see Nick, and I saw Rob sitting there. So I wish I was recording that. So today we're going to dive into lemon. Lemon is a very understated, underestimated, powerful little bottle. We use it a lot in this bus. And I'm sure that people that have bigger houses than us, like normal lives and normal houses, use it a lot more than us. But we've asked Nick to come in and to share a little bit about lemon, what it's replaced for her, because Nick is our, well, she doesn't like to be our guru at anything, but low tox and detoxing your home and your life has been something I've always admired about Nick and her family. So lemon, I know, will be a huge part of that story. But Nick, if you can just share, what you love about lemon, how it's been used in your daily life, what it can give people an idea of what it can replace, I guess, in their world, and the value of it.
Sure. Lemon for us is probably one of our most used oils, purely because a couple of years ago I decided to start making our home more low tox. So that meant removing anything that I could from everyday use that had numbers and words and things on it that I didn't understand. So we started really slowly, and I think the first thing I probably replaced was our hand wash, because it was something that wasn't challenging to make, was really affordable, and was only a couple of, I think probably 3 items to put together. And then that turned into changing floor cleaners, toilet cleaners, skincare, deodorant, all of those things. And lemon has formed quite a large part of most of that detox, just because of the cleansing properties that it has and the different things it can clean for us, but also just for the really nice, gentle, refreshing smell that it has. So I wanted to start with things that weren't too overpowering, just because my eldest daughter does have a couple of allergies to dust mites and things, and I was noticing that certain things we were using around the home were actually starting to set her off. So lemon is one that she wasn't I guess her system wasn't offended by. So it was really easy to pop that in a mop bucket with some of doTERRA's On Guard cleaner concentrate, just with some hot water, and mop the floors. And that was a really easy replacement. And even on the times when I didn't have the cleaner concentrate, just lemon and white vinegar in the mop bucket was a perfect way to clean the house. And then I remember even my youngest at the time, I think she was probably only about that 1 year to 18 month mark. And we have a lot of windows and glass around. And she used to just put her face and her hands and everything on the glass. And I had a real issue with cleaning my windows with a blue spray. I don't know why it has to be blue. I'm not sure what that does.
Does the ad tell us?
But she'd put her tongue and lick the windows and just smear things on it, and we were constantly cleaning. And then, of course, being so little, she wanted to clean with me. And that was another trigger for me to think, okay, not only is she licking whatever's on the glass, but she's also helping me with a spray bottle to wipe and clean and things like that. So again, just white vinegar, some water and lemon oil cleans our glass perfectly. It's really easy.
Well, I can't even see a window behind you. No smear or smut marks.
I'm a little bit OCD on the windows.
I'll pass there and lick that window. You can hear me, Rob. Full permission.
I sent him to eat the sausages in the bedroom. He's quiet now.
You touched on a really good point there, which is that a lot of people don't realize that it counts. And I was one of those people. I think health can be it's such a big and broad thing, and it's what you eat and it's what you apply and it's what you do. And I think that what we clean with and all the products in our home, people think, oh, my child has allergies, or my child has, is triggered by certain aerosols or sprays. And if you're only looking on the market shelf or the supermarket shelf, and that's all you've got, you are so confined and so restricted. And yet when we talk about lemon and the properties of lemon, that one oil can replace so much. And already it's one less trigger in the life of your daughter, like just one less thing you have to worry about. So that's a really good point. Not only does it feel good to know there's less toxins, but you can actually avoid and eliminate so many of those triggers in your daily life. Yeah,
I know we've seen the symptoms of her allergies reduced just by doing that. I was told by her ear, nose and throat specialist to get all these special sheets and things like that, and I actually didn't do any of it, which is not like my personality, but I thought I just want to try and eliminate everything I can. Yeah, a little bit. But I just wanted to eliminate everything I could that was triggering her. And by the time we went back to see him and he did some checks of her, he was happy with the inflammation in her nose, and all of those I guess markers that were normally there were quite substantially reduced. And he asked me, did I get the sheets and the bedding and whatever else? And I said no. And he went, why not? And I don't like confrontation, so I had to tell him, I've been using essential oils to replace things and to help treat any symptoms that are popping up for her. And he looked at me like I was an alien. But you know what? He didn't have to get it, because it wasn't
tinfoil hat off and sit over there.
Totally. But it didn't affect him. And what my final choice was, he didn't get any more money out of it either way, but he wanted me to take the approach that he thought was correct. But for my family, it worked, and we are much healthier and much happier and less reactive just by taking out all those toxins, all those triggers.
Yeah. And do you find, one of the things that can be overwhelming for people is they just don't know where to start. There's so many oils, or they've got all their oils. The point of this series is to, re-inspire people to pick up the bottles and learn about something new and to hear it from a different perspective than just ours. And do you think that, it is simpler to make your own if you've just got the tools in place than it is to guess what is triggering your child and trying endless products and going to endless specialists? How has that changed your life as a family, from running to A to B to all of those appointments? It's
well, like we haven't been back to see that doctor since. We don't really go to the GP unless we absolutely have to, because we do have so many options that are already, you know, sitting in our oils box. That is my first go-to now. If there's symptomatic, you know, things there, then my first go-to is use my oils to treat that. But then I have continued, I guess, with my oils journey and branched out more into finding out what the symptoms represent. So that's been massive for our family in figuring out, especially for myself and my gut health, figuring out not just why I am showing a certain symptom, but what is the underlying cause of that symptom. And yeah, just using my oils and learning about them and the different properties they have and how they can help support my body, not just symptomatically, but with the issue itself, has been quite a big thing. And it's encouraged me and spurred me on to find more information, whether it's reading or listening to podcasts. But if I hadn't started using my oils and actually, you know, taking the lids off, not just buying them and having them there like so many of us do, but actually taking the lids off and using them every day, I wouldn't have then taken the next steps to get to where we are. So, you know, I've told you what a difference it's made. I've told you just the fact that that one simple bottle that you shared with us was a game changer. I was already doing certain things, but that just took it to the next level.
I remember that day sitting at Mum's kitchen table. Yeah, we were sitting there, and yeah, it was pretty special. But the only reason that we share, and you went on to accidentally help other mums, is because you go, hang on a minute, like the world needs this, you know, mothers need this. We need hope in those hardest points. And one of the parts that I love about how simple lemon oil is that it has been the catalyst for so much change. And it's a bottle of essential oil that's, I think, what, $13 or something like that. It has replaced so many products in your home, and it's a $13 bottle. Like, lemon oil is on our monthly order every single month, like without fail. It's just part of our loyalty rewards order forever, because we use it from cleaning the car and sticky bits and this and that to if Clint's getting a cold sore. It's in every one of our soda streams. It's in every one of, if I have, you know, an alcoholic beverage once every now and again, good add into that. But the reality is that all the cleaning, all the toxins, I can't even begin to. One lady actually said to me, and I'd never thought of it before, but she goes, it's a great way to highlight your hair, is to put, because it's actually like the photosynthetic, that word.
Yeah, the photosensitivity, like the good old days when you'd squeeze lemon.
Yeah, you remember the lemon spray, put it in the ends of your hair, and I was like, wow, I never thought of that before. Like, but that's the whole point, is people, that's what she uses it for. You know, I have other, you've detoxed your whole life and your whole home. Other people use it as a way to naturally flavor their food. It's incredible to learn how versatile just this one oil is.
Yeah, definitely.
Next time I see you, you're going to have blonde tips and say, I got my...
Save some money at the salon.
You need the hairdresser. So yeah, don't follow me for more hair tips, except if you want. Yeah. Please look that up. So the last thing I want to touch on was, if there was one moment that you could share with us where you knew that doTERRA oils were in your life to stay, or, you know, that real aha moment, what would that have been for you?
There's been loads with the kids in using certain oils when they've just had colds and, you know, your usual childhood school illnesses. But probably for me, having so many gut issues and having such a reactive gut, the first few times of using Digestin on my stomach was, like you would say, holy shit balls. Like, how is this working? Because before that, I was taking things, natural supplements internally to help, but sometimes they can take a couple of days to kind of get into my system and reduce inflammation and all that kind of stuff. Whereas just applying Digestin on my stomach with some coconut oil, I could go on some of my bad days from being in the fetal position, nearly in tears and discomfort, to whacking a couple of drops of that on, rubbing it in, and maybe 20 minutes to half an hour later, feeling pretty much, well again. And that's massive. Like, I'd never found anything that had that instant reaction where that symptomatic relief was just brought in and I could go about my normal day again. Like, I used to have so many days where I couldn't go out, or couldn't go to work, or had a terrible day just because I was so reactive. But I know that there's an option now that will give me that instant relief.
Yeah.
So my gut issues, which unfortunately I have trouble controlling, do come under control and back to, a bearable situation. And yeah, that was probably for me my big one. But then also watching the same oil on my hubby when he was a little bit hungover, and even thinking like it's going to give him relief, but only to a certain point. And I watched him.
Though? No.
You know what? It took me a while to actually share that. I will be honest. I didn't give it to him probably for about a year, because I was like, self-inflicted, your fault. And then finally I did give him some, and only because it was Mother's Day and he was wrecking my day.
Yeah, and it was about you.
And I gave it to him, and he literally went from throwing up to about 20 minutes later sitting up at the table and eating a full meal. Yeah. And I remember his dad saying to me, I never forget, he was banging the table going, "What are you? Are you a witch doctor? What are these oils? How do these oils work? How does everyone not know about this?" And I just, there's so many oils that support me, but that still, every time I feel unwell and I put Digescent on, it still blows my mind that I feel better.
It can't, and how that affects everything from your anxiety. Can I go out to dinner with my friends? Can I go here? Can I go to work? It stems, and it just grows. The impact of that one oil is profound, and I know how much that oil has changed your life. So thank you for sharing that. Oh, well, it's been a pleasure. And we have absolutely loved sharing this time with you. And I'm sure we'll have you back on again as a little guest speaker. We might even get Rob on, bit of a curveball. But thank you for sharing this time, and just how much lemon oil has helped change your life, and for sharing this journey with us. We are super, super blessed to have you part of our tribe. We love you.
Thanks. Love you guys too.
Bye.
Bye.